Hey guys, it's Tape the Grape, and today's video is about the Blazer. Again, the saga continues. Well, anyway, the day after I reupholstered it, if you saw my last video on the Blazer of reupholstering it, it did the thing it does best again. Just like I mentioned in the video where I got new tires for it, it ended up dying again to where it wouldn't start. But this time, it was at like 10 at night after my fiance got off work. I was already in bed about to go to sleep. And what do you know? She's in Dollar Tree. She said she was sitting in the truck for a while after Dollar Tree, just, I don't know, playing on her phone or whatever. And then she goes to start it, and then the battery's dead. So click, 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 I'm thinking, she calls me, oh, a starter now. What the heck? Or maybe just, battery. But anyway, I, get dressed, go all the way, about 7 miles is about the distance of it. So, longer than I wanted to when I was already tired. But anyway, drove there, cold, by the way, so that was extra worse. That was extra bad, I should say. But anyway, got my jumper cables, started the Mercury, hooked them up, let it run for a little while. But even when I got juice to the battery, which I still don't exactly know why, I have a hunch on what it is, but that'll be another time I talk about it. But anyway, so I'm not sure what was going on. But anyway, I juiced up the battery a little bit, enough to start it, and it's still nothing, just like previous times. The fuel pump wouldn't engage. Well, anyway, fast forward a few days. Well, I'm sorry, before I get ahead of myself, one day later, for some reason I was thinking I had to stay in one place. My arm was getting tired. One day after that, I ended up calling a tow truck and getting it to a shop nearby where it died at, called Guaranteed Auto Repair. Well, anyway, they quoted me the price of what it's going to be. I obviously have the fuel pump installed. They charged up the battery. They said it starts up fine, but what can we do for you anyway? I said, well, I was going to get the fuel pump installed, from someone else, but since, the battery's dying and I don't know what's going on, don't want to risk it again, I'm just going to get it all done in one place. So on top of the fuel pump I got put in, I also had to get a new tank, because at first I thought they were just trying to upcharge me or whatever, but when I finally got it said and done and got the old tank, because I told them I want the old tank, they said there's holes in it. And it's the C, or not the C ring, the I forget what it's called, the little ring around the fuel pump. Obviously you can see that's completely rusted and just crumbling apart. They could not get that apart. And look at that, you can. But yeah, messed up. And then holes in it as well, as I said, as you can see. There and there, it's kind of hard to see from the sun, for me at least. But anyway, completely rusted. And that's the old fuel pump, of course, that's still in it, because they couldn't get it out. So I got a new tank and new fuel pump installed, but that's not the only thing. Now, we ended up getting the vehicle towed on a Friday, so they couldn't look at it that Friday. So we had to wait till Saturday, Sunday, and then finally Monday, they got to look at it. And then, they, like I said, I told them I want the fuel pump done. And then they ended up doing it the day later until the part came. And then they said I needed a new tank. Well, anyway, after all that was said and done, after like 3 or 4 days, when I drive it home, I didn't notice anything, no issues. But when we started up this morning, where they also did a fuel connection, or they said they also needed to do a part of the fuel line because it was rusted real bad. Well, anyway, at the end of that, now it's spewing out fuel very, very badly. I smelled gas at first. I should have looked first before I left the shop. But anyway, I called them today, and I'm going to be bringing the truck back to the shop, and they should be, doing what they should and fixing it for free, since, it's probably their mess up. Not that I'm mad or anything, it just, they messed with it, so they should definitely, do what's right and fix it. Because it's like, if I had the truck right now, my fiance drove it to work today. That's when I noticed it, but she had to drive to work, and, we're actually dropping the truck off tonight after she gets off work, because I work relatively close by there as well. But anyway, and yeah, so long story short, the truck's got a new fuel pump, a new fuel tank, new fuel line, but right at the fuel line, it's like leaking real heavily. It's like shooting out real hard, or what am I trying to say? It's just a lot. I bet you let it run maybe a minute or two, a whole gallon will spill out. It's a constant stream, not just like a little drip. But anyway, So we're taking to the shop tonight, and they should be able to fix that up tomorrow. And then got a brand new fuel pump and fuel tank in the truck. And before I forget to mention it, though, what I was saying a little while ago about what I believe killed the battery is on the sun visor, the little, you lift up the little thing and the lights come on for the mirror. Well, that broke off. It's been broken since I've owned it, and the lights would stay on. They would eventually shut off when, the truck was off for about, 5-10 minutes. But if I had to guess, because that stays on, maybe little by little, it was draining the battery, and it just had, didn't have enough juice to start it that one time. But anyway, I ended up where the little pin pushes in, I ended up super gluing that there, so it's pushed in constantly, so I'll no longer have lights there anymore. But, those don't matter to me. My fiance uses her phone flashlight when she goes pulling out hairs and whatnot. She's gonna be mad if she finds out I said that. But anyway, that's what I believe killed the battery. But could be something else. But it hasn't happened again so far. But let's hope it doesn't. But anyway, go ahead. As you can see, it's leaking pretty darn heavily. Alright, you can shut it off now. That's bad, but we got it at the shop now. I don't know if it's probably on the hot exhaust if you saw that smoke, steam, or whatever. Well, I got the truck back from the shop about 24 hours later, so the next day around the same time. But anyway, not leaking gas, and what do you know? I got a working fuel gauge now that it's got a new fuel pump. That's awesome. Seems to be running pretty good. Starting up too. But I guess we'll see in the future. The future will tell. But anyway. But yeah, as I said, she's running pretty decent. Sounds pretty good. Still got a check engine light, but nothing bad. Definitely need to keep that fuel gauge full, because I know fuel pumps like to go out when they get run low, especially on these trucks. So let me shut it off. But oh yeah.